Good morning, you guys, and happy Monday. I get a lot of questions about what I eat, how I meal plan, how I meal prep, things like that. I've gotten those questions from family and friends and stuff over the time that I've been eating whole foods, plant-based and vegan and stuff. And so I thought I would take you guys with me throughout the week and just kind of show you what I eat in a week, to give you an idea of how I do breakfast, how I do lunch when I come home from work for lunch and stuff like that, and then dinners, and anyway, how meal planning, meal prep. So it is Monday morning and I am just about ready for work, but it is time for breakfast. So yesterday I did a bit of breakfast meal prep. So I made 2 different batches of oatmeal. I made a chocolate orange oatmeal and then just kind of a plain oatmeal with cinnamon and turmeric. So I ended up with, there's a 4th one down here. So I have 2 of each, and that was my plan for breakfast. I can eat those hot or cold, and I can add any additional toppings and stuff that I want to those. Anyways, I'm gonna throw this in the microwave and then show you kind of what I top it with. Alright, so for lunch we are having the cliche millennial avocado toast. I make mine with this Dave's Killer Bread blues bread, avocado obviously, honey mustard. I'm trying kelp granules because apparently I don't get enough iodine, and it's a salt alternative that has iodine. And then also oregano and hemp hearts. Alright, so it's Monday night, time for dinner. I'm going to make a pasta recipe that I actually blogged a weekend or 2 ago. So I will definitely link that below for you guys, but it's pretty simple. I've already got some water going to boil. I'm doing this pasta. I get this stuff in a 6-pack, variety pack from Costco. It's actually really good pasta. So we're gonna cook up a bit of that, and then I've got all this fresh veg, bell pepper, zucchini, carrots, eggplant, onion, garlic, and then saute those up in some olive oil, and then add a can of seasoned diced tomatoes, some Kalamata olives. I might throw a little bit of red wine in as I'm pouring some for myself. And it's just a really quick, simple, easy pasta recipe. All right, so that's all the veg. Just sauteed it up with the olive oil, added some salt, pepper, and oregano, and then a splash of the red wine. And then added the can of tomatoes, and I've gotten that heated all the way through. I did add a little bit of water from the pasta to it to help the sauce thicken a little bit and stick to the noodles better. The noodles are ready to be added. I've taken the veggies off the heat. So we're gonna add the pasta, toss it up really good, add some Kalamata olives, and then dish it up. All right, so just have that dished up. I topped it with a little bit of nutritional yeast. That kind of helps add a cheesy flavor to it. So if you're the kind of person who likes Parmesan on your pasta, that's a really good vegan way of getting that. As you can tell, this made the world's largest bowl of pasta, so I could probably feed another 3 to 4 people with this. Lucky for me, I like leftovers. Good morning, guys. So it's Tuesday morning and I'm going to go ahead and have the chocolate orange oatmeal for breakfast. We're running a little bit behind though, so I'm probably just going to take it to work and eat it there. And when I get to work, I usually make myself a cup of tea, pour myself a big glass of water, and just try to hydrate throughout the rest of the morning. So anyway. So it's Tuesday night after work. I forgot to film lunch. I was so hungry that I just came home and ate it, but I just warmed up some of the pasta from last night and had that for lunch, and now I'm home and ready to make dinner. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna go throw some of these sweet potato puffs into the oven. They're gonna take a while, so getting those started. I love this brand of the sweet potato stuff. They have fries, crinkle fries, the little tater tot guys. Love them a lot. I can't decide if I want a cheeseburger or a bratwurst for dinner. So I've thrown it up onto Instagram and we'll see what people say. These are gonna take upwards of 30 minutes or more. So I have plenty of time to decide, and both of these only take like 5 minutes to cook. So anyways, that's the dinner plan. And in the meantime, I'm gonna go feed the dogs. Alright, so I decided to go with the cheeseburger. So I'm using the Beyond Meat Beyond Burger because it is delicious, in my opinion. And then I'm also going to use these Daya vegan cheddar slices. They're a little bit closer to like American cheese than like a real sharp cheddar. So maybe a mild cheddar, but they do melt down if you put a lid on the pan. So make a nice cheeseburger. And then coming over here, I'm gonna use these sandwich thins, kind of cut down on the carbs a little bit, make it a little bit healthier. Have some lettuce, and then Pat's homemade barbecue sauce, which is delicious. So we're gonna do that, and I probably will use the barbecue sauce to dip my tater tots in because that'll be delicious as well. Morning guys, it is Wednesday. I was going to make a smoothie today for breakfast, but I am basically out of time. So luckily I have the oatmeal already made. So I'm gonna do just the plain regular oatmeal again with some fresh fruit, some berries, nuts, that kind of stuff on it. And I will probably once again take it to work and heat it up there. All right, so lunch today is the Beyond Meat bratwurst with Pat's barbecue sauce on top of it, and then these Terra root vegetable Mediterranean chips. So nothing fancy. So it's about 8 o'clock on a Wednesday night. I had to take Pat to the airport tonight. He's out of town just tonight for a quick trip. I'll be back tomorrow, but I got home and I was getting ready to make myself a smoothie for dinner, and then my mom called, and now it's 8 o'clock at night. And while I was talking to my mom, I poured myself a big glass of water because hydrating is a good idea. And now that I've had a glass and a half of water, I'm actually not that hungry. I need to get to bed by a decent time tonight. So what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and watch a TV show real quick, an episode. So anyway, if I decide to eat sometime in the next hour, I will show you guys. If not, I will just see you in the morning for breakfast. Good morning, guys. I was able to get up this morning and wash my hair like a good girl. Now I'm gonna make breakfast, and I'm actually gonna go ahead and make a smoothie for breakfast rather than eat some of the oatmeal. So I've been trying these Daily Harvest, guys. It's kind of an online subscription thing. And the first time that I got a box, I tried to get like one of each of their flavors. And then obviously the second round, I cut out eliminated any of the flavors that I didn't particularly like. I don't know that I'm gonna keep doing this. Some of the ingredients are pretty cool. Like, they're not things that I'm normally going to have, but they're also pretty expensive. And after trying them, after plugging them into my meal tracking app and stuff like that, they really aren't quite what I want them to be for the price. Like, I don't know. They're good, but they're just not quite good enough to merit the price for me. They are upwards of like $6 to $7 for one smoothie. It is like a full meal, and it is still relatively low calorie, oddly enough. But when I was trying to break down the smoothies and like one of the smoothies and their contents for my food tracking app, I realized that even though they have all these incredible ingredients listed, like, there's not enough of one ingredient to any one ingredient for it to actually be like a decent nutritional value, you know what I mean? So I don't know that I'm gonna continue to do those. I have a full freezer of them. So I actually need to go on today and cancel my subscription before my next box ships. Anyways, but we're gonna go ahead and make a smoothie today. So I like this. You just take the lid off, take this plastic off, fill it all the way up with your milk of choice, and then dump it in a blender and go to town. I add some spices and some maple syrup just because I like it that way. But so this is what's for breakfast, and then obviously when I get to work I'll probably make a cup of tea and be drinking tea and like lemon water all day long. But yeah, I didn't end up eating anything last night, by the way. I ended up watching 2 episodes of a show and then going to bed. It's like a really textured chocolate milkshake. Pat would disagree with me because I've told him that before. I was like, oh, it tastes like a strawberry milkshake. And then he tastes it and like, what the hell is that aftertaste? Like, he can't handle it. So to me, this tastes just like a chocolate milkshake, basically, with a few nuances, but you know, and obviously the texture is textury. I feel like my face looks all puffy today. It's weird. Anyways, home for lunch, and you're having salad for lunch. My favorite meals in general are these Dole chopped salad kits. So this one has green cabbage, romaine, kale, carrots, onions, red cabbage, flax seeds, like the pomegranate craisins, and then a pomegranate vinaigrette dressing. And then this one also has crushed up, chopped Brussels sprouts in it. This is obviously like 3.5 servings in this bag. And I'm gonna eat the whole thing. I will probably add like some almonds or something to it, maybe some pumpkin seeds. And then I'm gonna add some of the kelp granules that I showed you from earlier. So these guys just as like a salt kind of thing. Not that it really needs it, but I'll use it anyways. And so yeah, that's gonna be lunch. So it was my plan to cook something different for dinner tonight, but then Pat changed his flight and I had to leave work a little early to go get him, and now it's 7:15. I've been driving for the last 2 hours and I feel lazy. So dinner is once again leftover pasta from, was it Monday night? And so yeah, that's what we're doing for dinner. This is also why I love leftovers, is so if you did have something different planned and it doesn't work out, or your plans change or your schedule changes or whatever, you can literally just pop something in and go, which is, it's great. It's Friday! For breakfast this morning, I'm having a smoothie. I went with the strawberry peach fruity one. Today for lunch, we're having sausage. So I know a lot of the meals that I've been making and cooking have been really repetitive this week so far, but I tend to have things in such a large portion that if it's just me eating it, then it does last me the whole week. But then like next week I'll do something completely different and then it'll get switched up for that week. So, but hopefully for dinner tonight, well, I was gonna make something new, but now I think we might be going out for dinner, so I don't know. But maybe I'll extend this through the weekend so you can see some of the things that I'll make on the weekend as well. So Good morning, guys, and happy Saturday. So we went out for dinner last night, like I said, and so I didn't check in or anything. We went to this new taco and tequila bar in Nampa, and it was decent. We both had things that we loved, and we both had things that we weren't super big fans of. But anyways, it is Saturday morning, and I'm gonna make myself some coffee. I got back onto coffee in a very big way about a month or two ago, but it really was messing with my stomach, and so I try to limit it to the weekends and stuff. I don't actually need the coffee for like caffeine purposes. I really just enjoy the taste of it and kind of like the comfort of a cup of coffee in the morning. It's like a weekend treat for myself to drink like coffee. Alright, smoothie time. Alright guys, so it is about 1:30 now, and I have been cleaning a house and helping Pat with yard work all day so far, but now I'm hungry. I have worked up an appetite. So I'm thinking, what am I thinking? The lighting is better this direction. I'm thinking I'm probably gonna do just like a cheeseburger and stuff. When I open packages of those better Beyond Burgers and Beyond Meat vegan meat alternatives, you do have to use them up pretty quickly. They don't keep for more than like a week or so, which is why I've been eating a lot of those. So I'm probably gonna put together a hamburger for myself. I think I have some sweet potato tater tots that I had made, some leftovers from the last time I made them. So I'm gonna warm that up and have some lunch. But then I'm definitely gonna try to stop cleaning and stuff in time to make like a full recipe for dinner or something. And so I'll show you what I make then. But yeah, I'm gonna make a burger now. So the sweet potatoes weren't good, so we're going with chips and salsa. And then I have the cheeseburger with barbecue sauce and deliciousness on it. So, lunch. Hey guys, so it's later in the evening, about 6:15. I'm getting hungry. It's time for food. I really want to eat something with lentils. I've decided that lentils need to make a more frequent appearance in my life. I've got some lentils cooking. I thought that it would be kind of nice to do a sort of pot pie type thing. So I pulled out some pie crust. Obviously this is your basic Pillsbury pie crust. And I know that some people might call that sort of blasphemous. And I get it. I come from the world of like make everything from scratch kind of thing. And I do have some pretty decent vegan pie crust, like homemade pie crust recipes, but I don't love any of them, and I'm also somewhat lazy, so I actually like Pillsbury pie crust, and I know they're not vegan, they just have the butter in them, but that's what I use. I'm gonna be really honest with you, that's what I use. So obviously we're gonna start out with onion, garlic, and olive oil on the stove, which is the greatest smell on the planet, and the only way to start out any recipe. I think we're just gonna call this green pot pie because that's basically the main color here that's happening. So now that I have all the vegetables added, the frozen stuff does still need to cook down, but I'm gonna go ahead and get that seasoned now and then figure out how I'm gonna do my roux. So I've added salt, pepper, ground mustard, Italian seasoning blend, and then some smoked paprika. So I find that eggplant can kind of create like a mucousy, almost like thickening agent sometimes. So I've just gone ahead and added a splash of my plant-based milk, so my half almond, half coconut milk. And I'm just gonna kind of see how that reacts. I'm also gonna add the lentils in here, which I did cook in some veggie broth to give it flavor. So I'm just gonna kind of add those and then probably give this a taste and decide how I feel about it and if I want to do anything different before actually like putting it together in a pie. So I added more salt. I added a substantial amount more mustard, ground mustard, and then I also added quite a bit of nutritional yeast. And that has actually, with the heat and stuff, caused it to really thicken up a lot. So I think that it tastes really good. So I think that I'm just gonna like leave it at this and just go ahead and put it in the pie. So that actually made just enough to fill it like to the perfect level of fullness. So I did put the pie crust, the bottom pie crust, into the oven to cook a little bit beforehand. And now I'm gonna go ahead, now that it's filled, I'm just gonna go ahead and roll out the other one, pinch the edges together, and cook it until the top of it's like all brown and toasty and delicious. All done. Now that it's like 8:20. Yeah, anyways, I'm gonna dish this up, probably have a LaCroix or something with it, and that'll probably be the last thing that I eat today. Good morning, guys. It is Sunday morning and it's still a bit overcast from yesterday, so I'm actually in the process of making some cinnamon rolls for breakfast. Just felt like cinnamon rolls and some delicious coffee. So I'm getting that done. I didn't like hand make the cinnamon rolls or anything like that. We buy the Rhodes frozen cinnamon rolls. They're a really quick and simple, like 30-minute thing on weekend mornings. So doing that. It is, however, already almost noon because I'm a lazy bum. And so I probably will just eat like leftovers. I still have a little bit of the leftover pasta, and then obviously the pot pie from last night, and then other veggies and salad and stuff like that. So I probably will only eat something like that for the rest of the day. So I'm just gonna go ahead and end this here. Next week I'll do smoothies for breakfast. I'll probably try to do like salads, or I still have some of the hamburgers and sausages and stuff that I'll do for lunches. And then for dinner, I'll probably do like a risotto or something this week, maybe a chili, or I don't know, I'll probably definitely make risotto. And then maybe I'll do like a Buddha bowl type of thing. So I'll just like saute up some veg and put it over rice with like some sauce or something like that. So again, if I make risotto and then like a Buddha bowl type thing, that'll last me all week again. And so it'll be repetitive next week, but it'll be different than this week. So anyways, this is kind of, this is pretty much a typical week for me. I'll also link below a couple of different resources for you guys of like places that I go for really good like plant-based and vegan meal ideas. There's a couple that have given me, like a couple of resources that I've used that have given me some really good ideas, and they're usually things that I play off of as I'm cooking. So anyway, I do hope that this was kind of helpful to give you an idea of like how I plan my meals and stuff like that. Anyway, so yeah, I hope you found it helpful, and I will see you next time. Cheers.